Paulie told me, Jazz, never have surgery. You don't need that. You don't need a boob job. You don't need all of that. Just go out there and be you. And, you know, I was like one of the only women probably in the history of WWE that never had any type of enhancement surgery.
All right, well, please give it up for the legendary Jazz.
Old Arsenio Hall gimmick there.
That was, yeah. I like that.
Yes.
How's everything going in your world?
Everything is fantastic. You know, 2020 has been a crazy year, not only for me, but pretty much for everybody, you know, in the world. But overall, you know, I'm blessed. I'm alive. I was able to see another year, August the 27th, just turned 48 years old, and I'm enjoying and loving life.
So are you going to give us the secret to the fountain of youth? You look incredible.
Cocoa butter.
That's it, cocoa butter.
Cocoa butter.
Not only do you still look young, you're still working like you were working 20 years ago.
Maybe I was a few months ago, but honestly, I just had my last match on this past Sunday. I'm done with in-ring.
Last match ever.
Last match. I ain't gonna say, ever. I'm done. Because my knees, I'm limping right now, so.
Really?
I'm done, yes.
We all know how wrestling retirements work, though.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna Terry Funk it. I'm done. I was actually gonna do a whole tour for 2020, but with the pandemic happening, that kind of screwed everything up. But, you know, we'll see for 2021. I may try to do a little tour around.
So you're not done. This is great.
Well, I'm really done, but I go out there and do, you know, 45 seconds, 1 minute. That's all I got.
Did you go into that match knowing this is going to be it?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Honestly, guys, truthfully, I've been having some issues with my knees and my back and a lot of more issues that, physically, mentally, and emotionally. That's why, you know, I had to just kind of forfeit the NWA title.
Yeah. Because
I was, you know, having some issues. So I just figure I got 2 beautiful daughters, and, you know, I got to focus on them right now.
Yeah. So
yes.
You held the NWA title for, was it 958 days?
Something like that. I don't know.
I wrote it down here. 948 days.
40,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What was the original plan? How long were you supposed to hold it for?
Who knows?
Okay. Could you have beaten, Moolah has the record, right? Like 5,000 days or something?
Yeah. Who knows? And maybe it would have been me and Thunder Rosa battling it out.
Right.
That's my girl. I love her.
Yes. She's incredible.
Yes.
When you first won the title, was the original plan, you're going to hold this for like 3 years?
No, we know in wrestling there's no plan. There's no plans in wrestling. So, you know, you kind of just go with the flow. And it just so happens that, hey, I was, you know, doing my thing, you know, and it just turned out that I ended up holding the title for 948 days.
Yeah, wow.
Yes.
So if we take this way back, what was it? Who inspired you to go, I want to do that?
Well, growing up in Memphis, Tennessee, I grew up watching Memphis wrestling. So, you know, you got your Jerry Lawlers, your Billy Idols. I mean, Austin Idols. I'm changing to music here. Austin Idol. I mean, and everybody came through Memphis. So, you know, just waking up every Saturday morning watching wrestling on TV, I was a fan. Now, getting into wrestling, that's something I kind of got suckered into. You know, being in sports all my life, just an athlete, you know, basketball, softball, track, you know, so I had people approaching me and telling me that I would probably be a good prospect to get into business, and I went forward a couple of times and banged my head on the mat and said, nope, this ain't for me. So I quit for a little while, and then I said, well, I'm gonna be a manager, because I like to hype the crowd up. You know, I'm the hype man. And did that for a little while, and someone approached me saying JYD was actually having a school in Lafayette, Louisiana, and if I wanted to train, you know, he was there. So I told my dad, I'm going to Louisiana to train. Bye. And that's what I did.
Wow.
I went to Lafayette, Louisiana. I trained underneath Junkyard Dog for a little while, and he had his own thing going, his issues, and then Rod Price came in, and he was like, Jazz, if you want to make money, you're going to have to wrestle. And they trained me on a Friday afternoon and made me have a match Saturday.
Oh my. What?
Yes. They trained me a Friday afternoon and made me have my first match the following day. Of course, I'm sure it sucked. I don't even want to see it. Thank God it wasn't, social media wasn't around back then because, it was horrible, I'm sure.
So when you moved there to train with Junkyard Dog, did you know where you were going to stay?
No.
So you just completely bet on yourself,
Yeah.
I'll figure this out.
I figured this out. Yeah.
Wow.
So I went and got, these
More people
shitty
need to do
jobs.
this, by the
I went
way.
and got shitty jobs, didn't know anybody, but, I think it was just meant to be.
Yeah.
It was meant to be because after training with Rod for like 8 months, because Rod was in ECW, he was part of the Baldies.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, well, ECW is going to be in town. Well, they're going to do the loop in Louisiana. They did New Orleans, Baton Rouge, and another town. I don't know if it was Lake Charles or whatever. I forget. But I went, did my little tryout, and actually on the last day, I did my tryout because I was like, I don't fit, because they had Dawn Marie there, Francine, and they were just out there catfighting with panties and bras on. And I was like, I don't think they want me, And Dawn Marie's like, girl, you get out there, show them. If you can wrestle, you go out there and you show them. And that's what I did. I got out there and did my tryout with Jason Knight. And it was so, oh my God, guys, so intimidating. The whole ECW roster surrounded the ring. And they were like, And when they said we tore the house down, I don't know what we did today. But I know when I finished that match, I ran out and I puked my guts out. I ran in the locker room. There was Tommy Rogers, One Man Gang, and Sabu. And they were like, I was just puking my guts out. And I guess Paul Lee was looking for me. He's like, where is she? Where is she? So next thing I know, Rodney comes in and is like, hey, Paul Lee want to talk to you. So I had to, freshen my mouth up, and I went out there, and he was like, where the hell did you come from? And that's how I got my job in ECW.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
8 months of training, guys. Yeah. That's how I got
was
started.
that your first interaction with Paul Heyman?
Yeah. I didn't even know who he was. Yes. That was my first interaction.
Because he has there's so many stories that surround Paul Lee.
Yeah.
Did he live up to to these
Well,
to the lore of Paul Heyman?
Well, I mean, depending on how you want to look at it, I always give Paul Lee credit because Paul Lee, the birth of jazz happened in ECW. So without Paul Lee, there would be no jazz. And he not only gave me an opportunity, he pushed me, and just go out there and just and let it happen. But he would tell the guys, don't go easy on her. It's pretty scary before a pay-per-view match, and he's over there telling your opponent, beat the fuck out of her. And you're already nervous, and then he comes over there to me, and I want you to put it on him, beat him like he stole from your mama. That's how Paulie is. He likes to get in your mind, and he's good at it. He's good at it. But he's the one getting my first opportunity, and it was up to me. I was given the opportunity, and it was either nut up or shut up.
You had such a home in ECW.
Yes.
And you were really starting to make a name for yourself, and then it went away.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Did you ever think WWF was an option?
No, because everyone in ECW, that was our home.
Yeah.
We were such a family. And, I don't know if you ever go to any signings, WrestleCons or whatever, but if you see any ECW from the roster, any ECW people there, it's nothing but love. There was no jealousy, nobody, because everybody had the opportunity to shine. Everybody. I mean, the ring crew, They even got a chance to wrestle every night. So it was you were fighting for a spot. You had your top guys, and that was understandable.
Yeah.
But every night, you were going to get an opportunity to work. And that's what, that's what it's about.
But most people will remember you for your time in WWE,
Yeah.
where there are a lot of people who they were the ECW guys, and despite what they did after that, they're still ECW people. Your time in WWE really defined your career.
Yes. Again, Paul Lee was there in WWF at the time, and I saw Dreamer in Tyler, Texas, I believe, at an indie show, and he was like, "Jazz, I'm gonna talk to Paul, see if we can get you a tryout." And I was like, "Hell yeah, that sounds great," So they got everything set up, and I went over there and I worked Ivory in a dark match. And when I approached her, she was like, "Oh my God, nice to meet you. Molly Holly told me all about you. She loves you. She said you're awesome." So she made the match all about me.
Oh, that's great.
She really did. And they said that was the biggest response they ever had from a ladies match, our dark match.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. And Paul's like, "You're going to get a phone call on Monday." 3 months later, 3 months later, I did receive a phone call from Johnny A's. "Don't really know who you are, kid, but everyone, they talk good about you, but yeah, we want you to be part of the company. Your contract's on its way to you," and blah, blah, blah. And Jim Ross was telling me just go to OVW just to get the ring rust off, because I hadn't been in the ring for a little while. Well, wrestling, but I guess to get, back to TV style of performing, right? And I was in, I guess, OVW for like 6-8 weeks, and they called me up to debut for, oh my God, what was my debut? What's the Rumble?
The Royal Rumble?
No, it wasn't the Royal Rumble. It was, what did we, oh my God.
This is great.
What was that? Because, that's when they had the teams, ECW, WC. It was the Invasion, but the girls had Survivor Series.
Okay.
Booyah. I knew someone was going to
Scooby-Doo with the save. Thank you.
Recognize, baby, yes. But yeah, and lo and behold, I was always a baby face in ring wrestling. And then when I get to WWF, they tell me, "We want you to be a heel." And I was like, "Oh, wow. Shit, it worked out, right?"
Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah.
How much of an influence was Jacqueline on your career?
Jacqueline was a humongous influence, because she was the first person I thought about when I was approached to actually get in the business. Because, again, in Memphis, she was Miss Texas. And she was a badass, So once I worked Miss Texas in Memphis once. She beat me in probably 10 seconds. Yes. Yes, she did. But yeah, humongous influence. I love her to death, and her and I now still would text every now and then just to check on one another.
I feel like what you did in wrestling, what she did in wrestling at that time, has really opened the door for what we see with women's wrestling now.
Yes, and I think I was one, I was told, Paul Lee told me, "Jazz, never have surgery. You don't need that. You don't need a boob job. You don't need all of that. Just go out there and be you." And, I was like one of the only women probably in the history of WWE that never had any type of enhancement surgeries.
Was there pressure on you from WWE?
No, never.
Huh.
Never.
Because I imagine if someone came to them and said, "I think I should do this," they would probably take care of that.
Yeah,
figure it out.
and I probably would agree to it. I mean, why not, right? Hey, but honestly, yeah, I didn't need it, so it all worked out. And I don't think it would have fit me with my character, because I was anti-diva, and I'm all about whooping the blondes, the Barbie dolls, and I think I did a pretty good job at it.
I'd say so,
Yeah.
especially in an era when there was a lot of the gimmick
Tits
matches.
and ass.
Yeah, you could say it. I mean,
Tits and ass. Yeah.
There was brawn panty
Brawn
matches. There was
panties.
gravy bowl matches.
Yeah.
Were you ever, pitched these?
No.
Wow.
No. And you know what? It was one thing about WWEF, whatever. they never tried to change me, my style of wrestling, who I was, or anything. They never tried to change me. And I think they liked that I was so brutal and just nasty, you know, and just in your face, you know. So, because honestly, I don't think they ever really had a true heel, you know, in the women's division before me. Who was like, who would get booed every freaking night?
China, maybe?
But eventually she turned baby and, you know, after she had her surgeries and, you know, she out there shooting T-shirts and shit. So, but like I was a heel from the beginning to the end.
Yeah, that's so rare.
Yeah.
Was there ever talk of making you baby?
No. When they brought the ECW back,
which is when you came back.
When I came back, and of course ECW fans gave me a babyface pop, and they didn't like that. I'm like, well, fuck, I was born in ECW, so hey. Then they had me doing a run-in on Barbie, kicking her ass. So like, who wouldn't pop for that?
Right.
Think they're gonna boo me? No.
So the first WrestleMania that I ever attended was WrestleMania 18, my hometown, Toronto. I felt so bad for you guys because you had the triple threat. It was you, Lita, and Trish.
Yes.
Right after Rock versus Hogan, which is widely recognized as one of the greatest matches of all time.
Yes.
How do you follow a match like that?
Well, you know, they put us in a bad situation, and it was intentionally done because the crowd was so high, right? And they needed something, you know, if they had to go get water or use the bathroom, that was a time for them to go during our match.
Yeah.
But, you know, we just stuck to our guns, and we had faith in our ability to go out there and draw the people, and, you know, we still considered, you know, that was a great match. But, you know, but that's how they treated the women back then. You know, like, we had respect and we was earning our respect, but, you know, they would come tell us, oh, well, you know, they saying y'all wrestling too much like men, but our ratings were higher during the women matches at that time, during tons of the men matches.
Oh, wow.
So it was a lot of hateration going on, if you ask me. You know, but honestly.
I don't know if people remember this 18 years later. It was Rock Hogan, then your match, then Jericho and Triple H. So to put that, you know, Rock Hogan obviously should have been on last.
Exactly. I don't know what were their intentions, but it was, you know, we were just put in that spot for the crowd to settle. Because, I mean, it was up there. It wasn't going to get no higher that night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but, you know, we went out there and, hell, we did our thing. WrestleMania, you know, hey, we can say we were there.
Yeah.
And we performed and we kicked ass. So
damn right you did.
It's all good.
When did you start to get maybe a little bit more time? Like Divas matches, unfortunately, were just a few minutes long.
Yeah, honestly, and that's when The Rock was there. And we would probably planned a 8-minute match, but he'd go out there and go over his damn time with his promos and, you know.
And if they have to cut time, it would come from
ours
you guys?
got cut. Yeah. So sometimes we would have an 8-minute match planned. Next thing you know, we got 3 minutes. And they're like, go. And you're like, fuck. And when you see me walking to the ring like this, that's when time got shaved and it's like, get to it and get out of there.
So you must have been excited, though, a few years ago when Give Divas a Chance was the hashtag trending on Twitter. You know, women's matches are being given the same amount of time as men's matches now.
Yes. I mean, when I saw Trish work Charlotte Flair here the year ago, I was blown away to how much time they had and how they paced it out and took their time and told a hell of a story.
Yeah.
You know, and I always say, and I tell everybody, I was ahead of my time. If I could have been with this era, oh my God. What? Oh, yeah.
But this era is what it is because of the foundation that people like you laid.
Yes. And I just, you know, and it's cool that people recognize that, you know.
Yeah.
It was people like me that made it, you know, cool to not look like everybody else. Everybody didn't have to have blonde hair and the big boobs and, in a small waist. And, now it's like, if you're just an athlete and kick ass, you get your props.
Yeah.
And these ladies now, man, they're tearing the house down.
Speaking of getting your props, I was so excited to see you make your appearance with AEW.
Yes. It was very short, but oh my God, I was just talking about that. There was so many girls there, and things was kind of chaotic, and you know what? But I was cool. I walked down their ramp, and hey, everybody showed love, and I was good with that.
But even before that, when they announced you, there was a lot of buzz around. Oh my God, we're going to see Jazz wrestle.
Yeah, I know, right? But
I think a lot of people hadn't seen you with this hair either.
No. It was a whole different look.
Yeah.
A complete different look. Yes. But the match, it wasn't built around me, unfortunately. But no, it was all good. But I made my entrance and got in the ring and got eliminated.
When did you decide you'd shave your head? And how did you become okay with that decision?
I'm still working on being okay with it. No. It was just something I wore in the weave for so long. Now, I'm the weaveologist.
You've had some great weaves.
Yeah, now, I ain't have the boobs and all that, but I had the fake hair now. Yes. But it damaged my hair so badly, it was damaged. And then once I got sick, I was on medication, and it kind of messed it up even more. It really damaged it, and I was debating on to shave it or get a new weave. And my husband was like, baby, why don't you just shave it? And I was like, you think it'll be, I think he said that because I've been married for 21 years, and he's never touched my scalp because I had weave. So now he's like, he's rubbing it, so I think I got suckered into that.
You guys have the same haircut now.
Yeah, right?
For everybody who doesn't know, Rodney Mack is your husband.
Yes. I tell you one thing, it's a lot cheaper. So I'm good with that, because that weave was costing me $500, $600, $700, $800.
Oh.
So now
this just cost you a razor.
What? High five on that, baby. Yes, good $10. I'm good to go.
So I've got just one more question for you. Then we're going to open it up to everybody here. If you have some questions, shoot your hand up in a second. How did you and Rodney meet?
We actually met training in Louisiana. That's his hometown, and I was already with JYD training, and Dog had met Rodney somewhere else in Arkansas, because he was in Arkansas playing college football. And he's like, yeah, I got this other red dude. He's supposed, he want to train. And it's like, cool. And Rodney and I we started training together, and we was really good friends. And just some kind of way we ended up, I guess, been compatible.
Look at you now.
Yeah. 21 years later of marriage.
Wow. Congratulations.
Yes,
on that.
Thank
That's
you.
Great.
Yes.
All right. So we'll open it up to you guys. So if you have a question, Scooby-Doo. And I'll repeat it back on the mic so we can hear it here.
Okay.
So something that you and Rodney had in common was being managed by Teddy Long. So what was that experience?
So let me just repeat it back here. So you and Rodney both managed by Teddy Long. What was that experience like?
Man, that's the highlight right there, right? Teddy have managed nothing but the greatest. And, I think I'm the only woman that he's ever managed. So that's history right there. So it was lovely. Teddy would sometimes calm us down. You can't go out there and beat them too bad. No, you can't do that. Which that was mainly for Rodney. I kind of understood. I couldn't do too much damage, but Rodney, yeah, you had to calm him down a little bit. But no, Teddy is great, and now we're working together again in a company out of Texas, SWE. So it's like, the family's back together again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who else? Yes, sir. What's your name? Aaron.
So describe the stark contrast between working as a baby face in ECW and working as
Yeah. So the stark contrast between being a baby face in ECW and then a big-time heel in WWF.
Okay. Well, what I did in ECW, the character never really changed much because the Jazz you saw in WWE was the same character you saw in ECW, basically, right? I was just working men, so I was automatically the face. But I still was the, fuck, you really? You want to try me? Still the same person.
I'm getting scared
It's
up here.
just with girls, I look more intimidating, right? So basically, that's what it was. It's the same character, just, in the ring with different people. Yeah, so they made the difference. my opponent made the difference, yes.
Any other questions here? You can ask another one if you want.
Summer, you have a question? Okay, that's my baby.
This is your daughter, yeah.
That's one of them, yes.
How old are your daughters?
They're 11. I have 11-year-old twin girls.
Are they identical twins?
No. It's like I had a baby and Rodney had a baby.
Can't really picture Rodney having a baby.
Yeah, right, but
yeah,
that's what everyone says, like, oh, wow, it's one of each. Like, yeah.
With the incredible career that you've had, do you think we'll see you inducted in the WWE Hall of Fame?
You know what? Honestly, that's up to them. Do I feel I should be? You damn right.
Yeah, come on, obviously.
You damn right.
Yeah.
They trying to put that lawsuit situation over my head, but you know how many people done fucking sued Vince McMahon and still in the Hall of Fame? So I don't want to hear that.
That lawsuit got dismissed, too.
Yeah, it did. And my thing wasn't even about the concussions. My situation with them, I was upset because the whole time I was there, they never gave me a freaking action figure. So it's like the people of color was treated a little differently. Like they didn't really market me. I made myself. They gave me the platform to go out there, but Jazz got over on her own. But they didn't, no action figure, never on a poster. That's the shit I was upset about, but it's all good. I still thank them for the opportunity because without them, I probably wouldn't be sitting here right now.
Sure.
So I don't hate them, I just want to be treated fairly.
We got one more question here. Yes, sir.
So are the kids talking about possibly following you?
Oh, are the kids going to follow in your footsteps? And things get awkward.
Yeah, there's talk, and of course, Daddy's all about it, but, Mommy's like, please, let's try something else, but they're in the ring, they're doing rolls.
Oh, what do you think,
They can run a
Summer?
few spots.
Yeah?
Yeah, and they're like, but when we go to WWE and we're working together, and I'm like, they got it all figured out. I'm like, okay.
Well, it's been such a pleasure talking to you.
Awesome.
What an incredible career that you've had.
Yes.
And if you do go on this final tour next year, I'm excited to see everything finally come to an end.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Right now, Rodney and myself, we're trainers at our school,
Yep.
Dog Pound Dojo in San Antonio, Texas. We're the official trainers for the SWE Fury TV. So if anybody interested in training, please reach out to SWEFuryTV.com and you can link up with the Dog Pound Dojo through that site.
Great. Ladies and gentlemen, Jazz. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I have always wondered what it was like following Rock Hogan, my favorite match of all time. See, it's on the wall here. I always wondered what it was like following this match at WrestleMania 18. Well, we just had to wait 18 years to get the answer, and there we go. Hope you enjoyed that conversation. Thank you for the great questions that you had in the audience. It was just great having an audience there, hearing the applause, hearing the laughter, and as I'm talking here, I realize I probably should have turned off the dishwasher before we started talking here. But man, Jazz is just such a legend. I can't believe it when she said that she's never had an action figure. That is unbelievable. We need to change that. Jazz needs an action figure. I mean, look at her entire career. ECW, WWE, the epic run she had with the women's title in NWA. She's so good. How does she not have an action figure? Man. Well, thank you for checking out this chat. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Let's see if we can get this video to 1,000 likes. Think we can do that? I think we can do that. Let's do that.